Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Marley and I are up here in the mountains. We've got a beautiful camp spot here that sits at just about 8,500 feet. And so it's a bit cooler up here. I expect it to get pretty cold tonight. We haven't been to this location before. We got up here kind of late in the day, and we're going to be camping in the Jeep because it is going to get cold tonight. The plan is just to do some cooking later this evening, and then tomorrow we're going to get up. We're going to do a little bit of exploring of this area. We'll probably do a little bit of off-roading to get back up onto the highway because we are quite remote. The nearest town is right around 50 miles from us, and so we are way out here. We got a beautiful view down through this canyon here. A lot of real tall trees. A lot of wildlife, birds, squirrels, deer, and we got some clouds coming in. It's possible it could rain tonight, but I'm just happy to be up here, and I'm happy you guys came along. What do you think, Marley? You like this spot? So I kept things pretty simple for this trip. I just put up the 10 by 15 tarp. Tied it off to my jack here, and then the front bumper, and then I got a pole over there and a center pole. And so that'll give us some shelter for some of my stuff, because I had to take all that stuff out of the Jeep because we are going to be sleeping in there, and so I wanted to have a nice area for it to be protected in case we do get some rain, which is a possibility because we are way up in elevation, and the weather is really kind of constantly changing up here. But I did keep it pretty simple. I didn't pack a whole lot of stuff. There are a few things that I probably should have brought that I didn't, but we're gonna make do with what we have. So for my sleeping situation, I just have a roll-out king chi pad, and it's about 1.5 inches thick, really comfortable. I got my 0-degree bag, and then I got a wool blanket and a pillow. And Marley has her little sleeping bag just in case it gets pretty cold tonight. And I expect it probably will. The majority of the trees here are ponderosa pines, and some of them are upwards of 100 feet tall, really old trees. And there's a lot of tree squirrels here. We saw a lot of activity from them when we pulled into camp here. And you can see remnants of these pine cones. They like to sit up in the canopy, and they'll sit there, and you'll see pieces drop down, and you'll find them all at the base of these trees. And so these squirrels have been pretty busy getting ready for winter. They'll generally stock up on this stuff, and that'll get them through the winter. But it is a beautiful location. We did a little bit of hiking around here, and I plan on bringing you guys with us in the morning because it should be really nice up here when the sun comes up. But it is getting pretty chilly, and I can see some clouds rolling in, and so we could get some rain. I just got my good old Iceco cooler here. This is the Go 20, and it's running off my 500 watt Adu power bank. I got my milk crate here with all my cooking stuff, and I did bring some stuff to cook, which we'll do later. Now, we are in a fire ban because it is so dry up here, so we're really not supposed to have campfires, and so I'm going to keep things pretty simple with cooking. As cold as it is, it would be nice to have a campfire up here, but unfortunately that's not going to happen, so we're just going to keep things simple with my little stove. I've got a few different ways to cook stuff, and so we'll just do that. So it is getting dark here, but it is a beautiful spot, and right now we're just going to take a little hike away from camp, see if I can spot any wildlife. It is very remote out here, very difficult to get to, even in my Jeep. And matter of fact, the trail that I came down had no tracks on it. It looked like it hadn't been traveled on in a long time. And so I really don't expect to see people up here, and it should be pretty quiet, and it'll probably be a pretty good spot to see the stars if we don't have any cloud cover tonight. But you can see out here, just a beautiful area. So I got some smoked sausage, and then I got, it's somewhat of a quesadilla here. I just had to fold it up so it would fit in the pan. And then I got to cut up a little piece here for Marley. You want a piece? You want a piece? There you go. There you go. Oh, this is going to be good. It's pretty cold now. It's probably down in the low 50s. Oh, that's good. Really good. Want another piece? Here we go. try this quesadilla. Perfect, nice and crispy. I'm gonna finish my dinner here, and then we're gonna make some coffee and we'll hang out, and I want to show you guys the moon. It's coming up through the trees here. Awesome. So for tonight I brought a game camera that I'm gonna put out. I've had this for a while. My wife got it for me. Never really used it out here while camping, but I thought it'd be cool to set out and see if any kind of animals come through here. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put it. I think kind of towards the back of the Jeep here, off to the side. There's kind of a hillside out here, and that might be a good spot for it, or I might just leave it on this little table here, and maybe I can spot some critters. So I was going to make some coffee, but it's about 40 degrees and it's only getting colder. And without a campfire, it's kind of miserable out there. And so I decided just to hunker down in the back of the Jeep with Marley. We're going to get to sleep and we're going to get up in the morning and do a little exploring around camp here. So we'll see you then. Hey, good morning guys. We packed up and we're on our way up the mountain. This is a very rugged trail, very narrow, a lot of rocks, a lot of fell trees, and in some spots you got to get out and move things. So it's not the most ideal trail, but definitely an awesome spot to come up to, and it should be a pretty good view up at the top, along with some hiking trails, which I'm kind of interested to check out. Right now we're just walking through the forest here. Had kind of a faint little trail. We're just exploring. And Marley is frolicking around looking for tree squirrels, which are quite frequent in this particular area. And we've already seen one. He scurried up the tree, but they're almost impossible to spot unless they're on the ground. Once they're up in the tree, it's really difficult to spot them. The Forest Service a lot of times will come in and they'll cut dead trees. This particular tree was probably up over 100 feet tall, and they just die and they become a hazard. And so the Forest Service will come in, they'll cut them down, and you can see the trench from where they drug that log down here. Pretty amazing how tall some of these trees are. Marley and I have had a great time up here. It was nice to get out and explore a few new areas. And now I've got a better idea of a few spots I can come back to in winter to set up my hot tent. And so we're going to do that. You can look forward to it. Winter is coming probably in the next month or so, and I'm looking forward to getting some snow. But I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. I hope you enjoyed the footage, and we'll see you guys on another adventure.